I've never played in a rock and roll band in my life. I've played in country bands and bluegrass bands and folk ensembles and all that kind of stuff, and traveled around as a singer-songwriter, and I work at storytelling festivals all over the country and several foreign countries, but I've never played in a rock and roll band. But that don't mean I don't like rock and roll. People say, well, you're a singer-songwriter, you must love Bob Dylan. He was the voice of your generation. And I say, well, Bob Dylan's good, but Bob Dylan was not the voice of my generation. The voice of my generation came from a place called Liverpool, England. There were 4 of them. And they called themselves the Beatles, of course, you know. Now, people can argue all they want to about that. And yeah, Bob Dylan had I'm a big Bob Dylan fan. Bob Dylan never had a #1 song. Never had one #1 song his whole life. Still had. The Beatles had over 20. I worked at the local radio station in my hometown and read Billboard magazine every week when it came out. And I remember looking right at the top 100, and number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 were the Beatles. So I think the voice of my generation, whether I like it or whether you like it, would probably be those four boys from Liverpool. I'd just gotten in from work, and as I rolled into the drive, a cold rain started falling. I made my way inside and hung my jacket on the back porch on a hook to let it dry. Turned on the TV and heard George Harrison die. And I just sat with a coffee cup and turned the Beatles up all night long. They said that we should come together, you and me. So let's put on Let It Be and sing along. Staring out the kitchen window as the eastern sky turned red, I made another pot of coffee, still hadn't been to bed. I should have gone to work, but I stayed home instead. My guitar gently weeps, softly playing in my head. And I just sat with a coffee cup and turn the Beatles up all day long. They said that we should come together, you and me. So let's put on Let It Be and sing along. Remember John, remember George, remember how our world was changed in 1964, and remember what they told us whenever you or me find ourselves in time of trouble, we just need to let it be. So now I sit with a coffee cup, turn the Beatles up all day long. They said that we should come together, you and me. So let's put on Let It Be and sing along. When I find myself in time of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. She says, son, let it be.